Okay, in this video I want to show you the tool Extruded cuts, which is basically how to make cuts on defined solid surfaces. So to begin, I will need a solid surface to cut. So I'm gonna make a table here really quick because I want to cut on the table. So now, extruded cuts are operations that work exactly like extruded boss base, but instead of creating material, we're going to delete material. So that means that we have to create a sketch, which is in 2 dimensions, and then cut it. To show you that, I'm going to make a circle. It is asking me, okay, where do I want to draw? I want to draw on this surface, so I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to make a circle here. I'm going to finish my sketch, and then I'm going to make another circle. Where do I want to draw? But on this surface, because I want you to see the difference between surfaces. So I'm going to start by cutting this one. So I select the sketch, I go to features, I select extruded cut, and okay, for how long do I want to cut? I want to cut all the material. Yes, I want to cut all the material. So when I click on the tick, automatically I've cut all the material. And now, but here we have material. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the other circle, I go to features, I go to extruded cut, and I'm going to cut that part of the material. So as you can see, depending on where I draw my sketch, I can see the other thing. I can see the other cut, which is what I have here. Now, extruded cuts have some rules. That means that you cannot cut on whatever you want. The first rule is that you cannot cut something inside of something else. What does it mean? That if I have something like this and I try to extruded cut, it shows me that it is possible to do. But if you think about it, if I cut this that is in yellow, what is in the middle, what is gray, it would be floating, and that is not possible. I mean, obviously things cannot float. So when I click on the tick, automatically it shows me an error and I cannot do it. So I will cancel this here, and in order to fix this, I'm going to edit my sketch. Once I edit my sketch, I'm going to add a couple of lines, and here is another rule. You can only cut closed shapes. So that means it works exactly like with the regular extrusions. I'm gonna create lines here, and having these 2 lines, I'm going to trim these parts in the middle. First this one, then this one. And when I click on the tick, I have this shape. So I'm going to select the sketch, I'm going to click extruded cut, and automatically it doesn't show me an error, and it cut the surface. As you can see, there is something that is holding the material in the middle, and that's the reason why it is possible to cut that shape. Now, another rule for cutting is that when using circles, you cannot cut if the circle is on the edge of the material, because the system gets confused and have no idea what to cut. So I'm gonna make a circle here that will be touching the edge of the material. Since the circle is touching the edge of the material, when I select the sketch and click on extruded cut, it will show me an error now that says that it's unable to create this feature because it will result in 0 thickness geometry. That means the system have no idea what to do with this part that is touching the edge. So it's not possible, but that only happens with circles. I'm going to delete this sketch. If I create, for example, a square, and my square is here on the edge, when I try to cut it, it will cut automatically. So about extruded cuts, the only things that you have to keep in mind is that you can only cut closed shapes, and it works exactly as extruded boss base. So you select the sketch, you basically must have first a sketch that is in 2 dimensions, and then select the tool so you can finish the extrusion.